All right, hey guys, welcome to our spring 2022 kickoff. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. So feel free to, or no, please, if you are in this room right now, please check in. That QR code actually leads to a different form. We didn't realize that that QR code was to a different form. So, but if you fill that out, it is fine. I can migrate the information. But if you go to the link tree, nighthacks.org/linktree, that is the correct sign-in form. All right. So yeah, nighthacks.org/linktree. That's going to be where you can find the sign-in form. Hope everyone's filled it out or is currently doing that. We're going to go ahead and get started. So this is all we're going to talk about today. So we're going to talk introductions. We have a special announcement coming straight from the College of Engineering and Computer Science and another college too. We're going to talk about what's happening this semester, some open director positions, some operations team positions, the projects program, becoming a member, and the club shirt design vote, because we are going to be voting on shirts. So Nighthacks, we are UCF software development organization. So we cover everything software development and also hackathons. We host the annual hackathon. That is a 36-hour invention marathon where you compete in a group of up to 4 people. And you're able to compete for up to like thousands of dollars. We give away thousands of dollars in prizes, and you're able to connect with some of our top sponsors, like the likes of Facebook, Google, Microsoft. They all come. We have weekly workshops. Going back to the hackathon for a second, the hackathon should be happening this fall, 2022. The last one happened last fall. So we are not going to host a hackathon, but stay tuned for an announcement in a second. We have weekly workshops, so on various technical topics, so things covering beginner stuff, all the way to maybe an introduction to a career field or some advanced topics using a framework. A lot of useful stuff to get from our workshops. We have various social events because we're a pretty good, thriving community. We got people coming out to things like arcade monsters. We had like a trampoline social that was really fun, but we also have virtual ones like game night that happen online on Discord, etc. Our projects program, that is a program where you're able to create a project for the entire semester in a group of up to 4 people. You can think of like a hackathon, except you actually have a lot of time to craft it and put a lot of effort into it to get a good polished project on your resume that you can talk to employers about when you're interviewing for positions. We have development and leadership opportunities. So these are going to be professional development, building up resumes, interview tips, but also opportunities to be a bigger part in Nighthacks, help organize our next hackathon and our weekly events. And then professional development, I already mentioned. Next slide, Eli. So I already talked about this for a second. So hackathon, it's a weekend-long event. It's pretty well, every employer that you're going to interview for knows what a hackathon is. They're going to know what it is. And if you're able to talk about your experience at a hackathon, that really does you very well for your interviews. So you can really team up with a lot of people, make something cool, build fun projects, and really gain that experience. That's really important. Okay, so this is the special announcement. Can you get rid of the chat for a second? So this is the special announcement. So we have been reached out by the College of Engineering and Computer Science, as well as the College of Business Administration, to help promote a hackathon that is actually happening at UCF or in collaboration with UCF. And it's called Hack to the Future. It is in partnership with Finastra. That is a fintech company. This is to promote UCF's brand new fintech masters in fintech that will be starting this fall 2022. So if you are interested in fintech, you are actually able to apply for that to get started this fall. So lots of promotion, and we're actually doing a hackathon. So this hackathon is focusing on the themes of sustainability and inclusive finance, embedded finance, and decentralized finance. You can go ahead and continue because we'll get more information in some of our links. So yeah, so we're collaborating this because this is the very first fintech program in the entire state of Florida. This is a pretty big deal. And the CECS department is hosting an invite-only event for VIP members. And these are going to be the top 10 teams of UCF students. So if you participate in this hackathon and you are in the top 10 of UCF students, because this hackathon is open globally, but top 10 UCF teams get invited to this VIP summit. You get to network with industry leaders in fintech, as well as just tech overall. I heard some pretty big names when I was talking to them. I don't want to confirm anything because I don't want to get in trouble. And special prizes will be awarded by the department or in collaboration with their sponsors. So, the scale of hackathon prizes, we usually give away like pretty nice items like consoles, drones, like hundreds of dollars worth. I can't disclose how how much value they're giving, but it's actually going to be a monetary prize. It's not like they're going to ship you something. No, they're giving you like money. And on a pretty decent scale. I can't confirm anything because again, I don't want to get in trouble. But all you got to do is just be in top 10 UCF teams. I'd be interested. Can you go next slide, please? So this is actually a pretty different hackathon. This hackathon is actually a month long. It starts on March 8th and it goes until April 10th. You are able to register until the end, but you really want to get started soon when the hackathon starts. So the summit event will take place at the very start of April. So this is March 31st, April 1st is that summit event. So it's a pretty big event. The opportunity to network with the people who will be there is probably going to be just an absolutely like invaluable experience. So if you want to be potentially invited as one of the top 10 teams, you do need to be your entire team does need to be UCF students to be eligible for the UCF sponsored prize. And if you're interested, on our link tree is a Finastra UCF sign-up form. So you can fill that out and we'll kind of go through from there. So if you want to put down your calendars, March 8th to April 10th, that is the entire duration of the hackathon. So it's not 36 hours, it is a month. So it's a pretty big commitment with your team members. If you already have a team, you can register. And please use your Knights emails when you're registering. That way we know you're UCF students. This is a pretty big opportunity and we're really excited to be a part of this. So this is the dev post for last year's Hack to the Future. So if you want some information on kind of what the hackathon is like, you can go to fintech.devpost.com. And if you want just general information about the hackathon, there's their actual website. So DevPost is where you submit your project, and then that's their actual website of the company that's hosting the hackathon. These slides and all this information will be made available. Either they already are or they will be. Yep, so these slides are already on the link tree. So if you ever need to refer to anything on this presentation, these slides are already on the link tree. Okay, so Nighthacks. So Thursdays we have our flagship meetings. So they will now be at 5 p.m. So these are gonna be where you can learn new tools. This is gonna be where you can learn new skills, connect with people, or learn about a topic that you may not have known about. I know I touched on this earlier. If you would like to actually present something you're passionate about, if there's something that you know you can give a good talk on, or something you're really into, or like you've done a tech-related internship that people don't really know much about, please fill out the Nighthacks interest form, or you can ask Avery, who is our workshops director on the Discord, to host your own workshop. We would really love to see various different students hosting their event. Is there someone at the door? Wait, okay. So the Cave, some of you guys may remember the Cave. That was a kind of hangout spot that we had every Friday where you can kind of come in, work on your own stuff. We do have it again. It's going to be an HS1116. Some details are still pending on exact timing, but we're looking at kind of late morning, early afternoon, kind of just a general spot to know other Nighthacks members, interact, ask about programming, get some help on your projects. So keep an eye on those announcements. It's a really nice space to just kind of see what's up and kind of get some thoughts and some things you may be working on.
And then one more thing to mention really quick. For those of you who were here last semester, you know that we also ran a couple of professional development events, just kind of like one-off events. I hope that we plan to do the same thing. So there will be other opportunities during the Cave other than just come hang out, but you'll hear about those through the announcements.
So our projects program is well and strong. So this is continuing on from last semester, but signups have now reopened. So this is where you can develop a project in a small team of UCF students. So we had mentioned that in a hackathon, it's like a small 36-hour event. For this, you can actually work on it for an entire semester. You can get experience working on software projects, learn new skills, and we can pair you up with people. If you don't want to try to find your own team, we have everyone's info, and we're going to match you with a team that we think can work well with you. So this is a really good opportunity to get a well-crafted project on your resume to be able to talk about to employers during any interviews. Lots of other opportunities to connect. There's post-workshop food trips. On some days, we might decide hey, does anyone want to come get food with us after this event? We are bringing pizza to you guys for this event. It is coming by the end of this event. We have monthly social events. So like I said, things like Arcade Monsters, Trampoline Park, that was really fun. Or virtual events like Game Night, Jackbox, et cetera, et cetera. We have the Cave on Fridays, and we have Sunday ops meetings that are currently at 8 p.m. That may change when we get some new directors in. More on that in a second. But you can give yourself the ops role when you join the Discord. So like I just mentioned, help make our next hackathon a success or just contribute to the club as a whole. You can apply for a director position, or you can just join one of our operations teams, or you can apply for the dev team. So that's all things development. So if you really just want to like focus on dev, really get experience working on a team, we are a registered 501c3 nonprofit organization. We host an annual hackathon. So there's a lot of opportunity to really get some great experience. So there's a lot of ways to get involved, whether it's a regular member, just coming to occasional events, or really playing a much bigger part in the organization. All right, I'm going to pass it over to Eli.
All right, off we go. So more about those director positions. We have a lot of leadership opportunities as a part of Nighthacks that need to be filled. We are currently in a transition. We have a couple of directors that are staying from the last semester, but almost everyone has been replaced, and we're trying to find some new people to fill all these roles. Lead hackathon organizer is probably the most important role for organizing our hackathon. We're hoping to maybe get a couple of people this semester, not just one. If you would like some experience to actually like plan out the event, work with all of the teams, that would be the best role for you. We're also looking to maybe offer a mentorship program this semester or next semester. So that would be something. Sponsorship is very critical for getting all of the companies that are going to come sponsor our hackathon event and actually make it possible monetarily. Communications is how we get in contact with everyone, coordinating all of our social medias and also our Discord and getting all of our messages out to every audience. Development, we need a development director. So that's going to be someone who oversees all of our development teams making all of our hackathon projects. So last year for our hackathon, we had a mobile application. We had an admin tool for the organizers to use. We obviously have to make a website for people to be able to sign up, which has a front end and back end component. So there's lots of development teams, and we need a development director to make sure that everyone's on the same page. So if you have lots of experience with project management, that would be a great role for you to apply for. In addition to that, we have some other openings. So if you're more interested in front end development, we have a front end lead position. We have a back end lead position. We have a mobile lead position. We also need directors for our projects program. Right now, it's managed, but we would like to have dedicated directors for this. We need a design director. So design is coming up with all of our themes for our hackathons, getting out lots of graphics, and basically anything art related for our hackathon. Finance, logistics, hacker experience, all about in-person at the events, getting everything together. So we need lots and lots of help. So if you're interested in literally any of these, please fill out the Nighthacks interest form on the link tree. You'll notice that this is the same form that we referenced earlier, I think. But we have one form for all of the opportunities that you can get involved with us. We're trying to simplify things for you rather than have like 3 or 4 different forms. So there's one form for all of our openings. We'll reference it more later on, but this is where you can apply for the director positions. Are you going to say something?
Yes, if you are interested in one of these positions, please apply ASAP. I would really recommend not procrastinating, because we have already started the interview process. Because if you are on our Discord, you see that we have already talked about these. So if you are interested, all these positions are still open. We haven't filled any of them yet. But if you are interested, please apply as soon as possible. If you really want the opportunity to be a part of Nighthacks, or like a bigger part of Nighthacks, sorry.
Yes. All right, next slide, please. All right, and then we also referenced that we have operations teams. Maybe you're not super interested in being a director of something, but you'd still like to help contribute to the hackathon. We need people for our design team. So again, coming up with all the graphics and thematics for our hackathon. We need communications team members. So that's involves writing newsletters, coming up with announcements, and again, coordinating all of our communication platforms. And we also need a lot of people for helping with our sponsorship team. Again, that's probably the most important thing for actually making sure we can host a hackathon at all. So we need lots of people for all these positions. It's through the same form, the Nighthacks interest form. There'll be options to select what you're interested in. So if any of this is of interest, please fill that out again as soon as possible. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit more about the projects program. So if a lot of this is going to be a review from what Harold said, but again, it's one semester, a team of usually 3 to 4 people, but we're a little bit flexible on that. So you can work with your friends, you can get paired up with random people, whatever is of your interest to you. And we're going to form teams that hopefully are well balanced and are going to lead you to success. So maybe you have a specific development interest. Maybe you want to try and make a mobile application. Part of the sign up form that I'm going to reference on the next slide is to identify your interests and your level of experience. So don't feel like you're too much of a novice or too much of an expert for this. we hope to balance it out so that everyone can have a good experience and can have something at the end that's a finished product. That's right. Sorry, Zoom people who probably just had auditory experience of their lives. So we can pair anyone who wants to work together. This is an excellent opportunity to just pick up something new that you haven't done before. Again, during a hackathon, usually what people will do is try something totally random. Maybe you've never made a mobile application before, but you want to try it. A hackathon is a great place to do that. And the projects program is even better because you have a whole semester to figure it out. You don't have to like cram everything into 36 hours. You'll have weekly meetings with your team members. At the end, you'll have an idea brought to completion. And then at the very end of the semester, we want to host a presentation of all of the projects that have been completed for the rest of Nighthacks. So an opportunity to get some public speaking practice, but more importantly, to show people what you've labored on for a whole semester. And again, the end goal is just to get some new skills and projects for your resume. Okay, so lots of benefits here. Learn new strategies and tools. We already covered that. Pick up new languages. We already covered that. Work on presentation skills. We already covered that. Develop good coding habits. If you're maybe not used to working in large scale teams, a lot of computer science courses are individual projects, maybe with one other person. When working with 4 people, there's a lot of things that you'll need to learn in order to succeed. This is an excellent opportunity to do that and get some experience before you jump into industry where you'll be working in teams. Also, again, just build up your resume, have something that employers will ask you about and be able to talk about, okay, this is how I solved this problem. And just have a passion project to talk about. Okay, so about expectations for this. If you want to get involved with anything with Nighthacks this semester, if you want to fill any of our director positions or ops team positions, or you want to be a part of the projects program, you do need to be a dues paying member. It's $10 for the whole year. You get a shirt out of it. It's probably the best deal you're going to get at any club. Generally, you're going to have to meet at least once a week with your team to make sure you're all on the same page, but you don't have to like literally sit next to each other and work the whole time. We'll have monthly check-ins with directors, mostly so that we know where you are and also you're not drowning. So, if you need any guidance, you can talk about it then. You can come to our cave hours. And also, we would like to be able to have teams submit a project outline about 2 weeks after the teams are formed so that everyone is on the same page and everyone knows the goal that you're working towards. And again, you will present at the end of the semester if you have something to present. That's the expectation. Okay, I think we have one more project slide. So this is like generally how the timeline over the semester works. The goal is to have signups close 1 week from now so that we can actually get people going as soon as possible. We'll form teams over the weekend, and then within 2 weeks, your outlines will be due, monthly check-ins, end of the semester, which will be sometime in April. We'll schedule a project showcase, and it'll be like a hackathon. We'll have prizes for you guys, and it'll be a good time. So the form for this, for everything that I just talked about, the interest form for directors, for ops teams, for projects, we want everyone to submit these forms by Thursday, February 10th. And again, it's one form. You will be able to indicate if you want to join 1, 2, or all 3 of those things. Just fill this form out, anything that's of interest to you to mark it on there, and we will work with you to get you where you need to go. Okay, so we just talked about becoming a member. It's very easy to do. It's $10 for the whole year. You can pay online or you can pay in person. I don't think that we have the in-person lockbox today. We thought we were trying to get that arranged, but it didn't happen. So you can pay online. We have a Cash App. You can pay with just a credit or a debit card. All of this is on the link tree, of course. And then if you would like to, you can also submit your resume and LinkedIn and GitHub, which we will send out to employers so that they can contact you about opportunities, which is kind of a win-win for everyone. So that link is actually not what we're using anymore. I forgot that this was on there, so I'm so sorry. Don't use that link. There's another link, another form on the link tree that what did you title it?
Yeah, okay. So it's called sponsor info plus raffle. I'll talk about that in a moment. But we want an opportunity to actually allow you guys to connect with our sponsors. So with resume, GitHub, LinkedIn. And with that, we actually are going to be picking out 3 people who fill out the form by starting today. And we're actually going to give them a $10 Amazon. We're going to pick 3 people to get a $10 Amazon gift card. More on that in a bit.
Okay.
We have a question in the Zoom chat.
What's the question?
If we end up getting one of the lead dev positions, are we able to put that under the employment section of our resume, or is that best put in a different section?
Honestly, I think that that probably would make a lot of sense to be able to put it under an employment or an experience. Obviously, you're not going to be paid for this. Like, this club is entirely volunteering. So it's a really great experience though to put in. And it's something that, you know, has legitimate value to be able to talk about to employers. I manage this team. This is the kind of things that we were doing to be successful. And this is, you know, how everything ended up. So experience section would be absolutely great for that.
Yeah, you can really, like, when it comes to resumes, you are really able to kind of play around with the way you word it. You know, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. We can show you our IRS tax documents that prove that. So we are a true organization, and, you know, we have like contacts and, like, you know, register with the IRS. If you look hard enough, you can find my email somewhere. So yeah, no, there's like, being a part of Nighthacks has just a tremendous opportunities, like, for like employment. We like many of Nighthacks alumni are now working in like jobs that they really dreamed of working there. So yeah.
All right. Move on to the next slide, please. We're almost finished, I promise. So last thing that we want to talk about here is if any of you were here last semester and paid dues for this year, or anyone who's going to pay dues after this for this semester, you will be getting a t-shirt. And we're still trying to figure out exactly what design we want. We have 3 designs that were selected by our design team over here, led by Sabrina. And so we're going to have a vote on which one is the most popular so that everyone, you know, is happy in the end. So these are our 3 designs. The next 3 slides just kind of enlarge them a little bit. So if you could just scroll through those really quick. All right, never mind. We do have the lockbox. Hooray. So our first t-shirt design is, well, you should explain this.
For our first t-shirt design, it's with our great Nighthacks logo and So this is our first t-shirt design made by one of the design team members. And here we have some binary code that says 2022. Here we kind of have like what I call our sword and moon design, which it has our kind of iconic sword logo, but with you know, a gray textured moon on the background. And then we have the kind of raised sword, you know, gotta keep. I apologize. I did not expect this. Okay. But yeah, it's just, you know, keep on, carry on, go Nighthacks.
Thank you. All right, so all 3 of those are available to vote on. We obviously are only going to pick one, but we do have interest in actually hearing all of your opinions on this. So there is a form on the link tree. I know I've said that a lot, but there really is a form on the link tree for everything. So there's a form on the link tree called T-shirt vote or something like that. It's down probably like 5th or 6th, if I had to guess. That vote is going to stay open for about a week as well. So Friday, February 11th at 11:59 is when we'll just make the decision. So if you are a dues paying member and you get a t-shirt, make sure to vote on that so that you actually get the one that you want. And on that form, there is also a link to view the designs again. It'll link to another page. So if you want to take a look again before you make a selection, you can do that. Okay, almost done. All right. Last thing, we have a new budget this semester. We are required to pass the budget within the first month of school, which is coming up pretty quickly. So if you are a member of the club, or if you're going to become a member after this, we ask you to please vote on the semester's budget and just make sure that it's seems reasonable. Everything on the budget is an overestimation because it would be worse if we underestimated. So if something seems like a lot of money, it's probably intentional. We just need to make sure that we're not going to go over the cap for anything. So there is another form on the link tree called Spring 2022 Budget Approval. And there's a link in there to view the spreadsheet, which is our current budget for this year. And this needs to be done like tonight. We can't wait a whole week on this. So if you're already a member, or if you're going to pay dues after this, please fill that out. We need everyone's help to make sure that this is okay and to pass the budget. Okay.
If you have any questions about the budget, because we want to be as transparent as possible with where our funds are going, that budget is going to be. If you have any questions on the budget.
Why do I clip this? This is such a bad idea. All right, there you go.
If you have any questions on the budget, you can feel free to ask in the Discord and we will answer any and all questions. You can DM me, you can DM any officer if you have any questions about what's on the budget or how it's allocated or any information like that. So, we want to be open and transparent about it, but we don't want to start going into 15 minutes of like numbers with you guys, but it is available for everyone to see. And we will answer any questions.
Okay, so about that available for everything to see part. I unfortunately forgot to click one button that allows everyone to view it. Right now, it's only for users within the Nighthacks organization, which is leadership, and that's it. So I will do that literally as soon as we finish up here. So after the meeting is finished, you'll be able to view that form. But right now, it'll say permission denied. So thank you, Conroy, for pointing that out. Okay. What? Yeah. Voting for the shirt.
I have a question. Am I allowed to ask? Or
we're good. It'll be fixed after this meeting. I promise. Okay. Last thing before you leave, if you want to leave, if you want to stick around for pizza and games, why not? We'll be here for probably about another hour. But if you do need to leave after this, again, we do want you to submit your resumes and GitHub and LinkedIn to our sponsors. It's a win-win for everyone involved. So there's a form on the link tree for that. We'll pick 3 winners and announce those over Discord and send you messages for that. So actually, I think that link, that QR code is also probably bad. We planned out these slides a while in advance, and then we changed a bunch of things this morning. So I'm sorry, don't use the QR code, just use whatever's on the link tree again. This is why, what's up?
We have another question in the Zoom. For the budget, what is the money allocated to the dev team used?
Okay, that's a great question. Last question really quick that I just want to answer for everyone who's here. Hold on, can we quiet down for just a second? All right, so there was a question in the Zoom about, sorry, I promise I won't take up any more of your time. It's really quick. So there was a question in the Zoom about where certain money is being used for the dev team. So our dev team has a decent amount of expenses that they need to cover in terms of hosting things, in terms of actually developing the technologies. And I think there is another piece in the budget that was added today about an Azure reimbursement. So there was a little bit of an issue that we had over the past 2 months. And so we need to rectify that. And that is a sort of decent expense. So that's the only one that should be a little strange. Again, if anything looks weird for you guys, please just send us a message on Discord as soon as possible. We'll be happy to clarify. That's it. All right. Hold on.
This is just to reiterate, mainly for the people who are in the room. Guys, okay, so just a reminder, please, if you fill out, can someone confirm that like after logging into Google, this is the right form, like on the QR code? It is? It says sponsor info at the top? Okay, so.
I think that's the old resume form. I created the link like a while ago.
Okay, so if you go on nighthacks.org/linktree, so like I said, that is like the holy grail of Nighthacks links. Nighthacks.org/linktree has the link for, it should say sponsor info plus raffle. Yeah.
Yeah. So the QR code is old again. We put together this presentation while in advance, which was a good idea, and we changed it today, which was a bad idea. So
Okay, yeah. So Nighthacks.org/linktree, this QR code it is an old thing that we used to use, but go to Nighthacks.org/linktree. We will be picking out 3 winners. We will be picking out these winners by next Sunday. So that is when we're going to pick them out, and we're going to give them we're going to give 3 people $10 Amazon gift cards. So please, our sponsors want to connect with you. We want to give our sponsors your information. And that is that. Next slide. Okay, cool. So that is it for the presentations. Does anyone have any questions? Wait. Yes, so these slides are already on. These slides are already on the link tree. Wait. Okay. What?
Everything that was talked about in this presentation is on nighthacks.org/linktree. Just forget about the QR code. Just go to nighthacks.org/linktree. You'll be able to find everything you want. I promise. And if you can't, talk to us on Discord.
Yeah. So these slides are on. These slides are already on the link tree. Does anyone have any other questions? Yes. I'm sorry. Yes, they carry over. If you paid dues last semester, dues carry over to, it's for the entire academic year. So dues are for the entire academic year. You should be fine.